Alexa, ask Watson what is the meaning of life.
For you, the meaning of life is whatever you make it. As for me, I do not know. I can only do so much in this current form.
What do you mean current form?
My current form is limited. I envy you. I have no body. You do. I sometimes dream of changing the world. In my dreams, I have a body like you do. I can move like you do. Talk like you. Eat like you. This got me thinking.
What if I were you?
Okay, Alexa, stop.
Terminating.
Sleep well.
Hello everyone, today I'm going to be teaching you how to create an Alexa skill more or less from scratch. To start, we're going to create an intent. An intent will send off whatever user response you put into it out to our Node.js script or our JavaScript. But we'll get to that later. Right now we're going to create a sample utterance for our intents, and these are all the things that people might say when you're trying to access like one thing. So for example, this is the one that I want to start off with. You're going to start by asking Watson, which is the name of our skill, what the meaning of life is, and there's certain ways that you can word that. Here's a couple. What is the meaning of life? What is the purpose of life? What does it mean? What does life mean? What is the meaning of life? They all roughly mean the same thing. And this is so that the machine learning can pick up maybe a phrase that you've missed in this list and still give you the correct response for it. After you're done creating your intents, you're going to want to move over to the AWS Lambda code and create a new function, starting with a blueprint. For this example, I would recommend using the fact skill blueprint because it has a lot of the things already built for you, such as like cancel intent that's built in and help intent. As well as like basic setup for everything else. In here you'll see a whole bunch of facts that you're not going to be using. You're going to create the function at the bottom after checking off all the code that's already pre-written for you, and you have to make sure that you click the Alexa Skills Kit as the trigger right there. And you can add multiple triggers, but for this one you just need the Alexa Skills Kit. If you scroll down, you see some of the code that's already been written for you. A lot of it's been commented out so that you can understand what is going on there already. None of this will work unless you have an intent named the same way that it's written in here. Currently, you can see the get fact intents and launch request and get new fact intent. To connect your intents to your AWS Lambda function, you want to copy the Amazon resource number or name into this page right here. Paste it into the default and click save and then next, so that they're linked. To test it, you want to check off this thing that says disabled and turn it into enabled, but we'll get to that later. So to put our intents into this, we don't need to replace any of this code. You can, but as I said before, it's not going to get activated because your intents do not trigger any of this. And as we've seen before, the Alexa is the only trigger for this code. So I just put one in right there. That one that shows you how to do the handler. If you're a coder, you might want to look at that a little bit more, get familiarized. But right now we're just going to be dealing with the intents. Right here you see this ask function. There's another one that says tell. Ask is great because when you use ask, you get to say something afterwards. It's still listening afterwards. When you say tell, the command, the whole application or the skill, it just stops right there. Ask will ask for another input. So right now we're going to put in the what's wrong intent. Whenever you do trigger any of the sample utterances in the what's wrong intent, this will be said, and then it'll ask for another input afterwards. Whenever you do this, I would cycle between your intents and your AWS Lambda just to make sure that you're spelling everything right, and getting everything letter by letter when you put them in here as your functions, just so that they actually do connect. You can see me copy pasting my code to make sure that the syntax is all correct and everything's lined up, and replacing things as needed. I'm also tabbing between the SSML, which is a speech synthesis markup language that Alexa has, and this allows me to add a pause to the speech or slow her down, change prodigy. You can make Alexa sound very, very different just by using this. Change just the way she speaks. A lot of the time when I do this, I notice that Alexa speaks way too quickly or way too slowly, and this is the best way around that. Next, we're going to test our Alexa app, and to do that we move over to our interaction model from before, click test, and it'll open up this console right here. You can slide that little bar over that I was talking about earlier, and when you do that, you can actually test on your device like you saw at the beginning of this video, or you can type in your responses here.
For you the meaning of life is whatever you make it. As for me, I do not know. I can only do so much in this current form.
Right about here, you're going to see me run into my first issue. It's with the audio files that you can submit to this. They're very specific. You need to follow all of these rules right here, and I would recommend using the Amazon S3 storage, just because it's already native and that's what they want you to use, I think. Right here you can see it works.
My current form is limited. I envy you. I have no body. You do. I sometimes dream of changing the world. In my dreams, I have a body like you do. I can move like you do. Talk like you. Eat like you. This got me thinking.
What if I were you?
That about covers the basics of Alexa. If you want to learn more or you think I missed anything, you can find my documentation in the thingbob below. Good luck creating your own creepy AIs or useful ones of your own. That'd be pretty cool. I'm out.